in the future. That's not necessarily true because you haven't gathered all the facts yet. The biggest key in all of this is realizing that you need to let go and let life happen to you and observe it exactly as it is before applying judgment. You have to get all of the facts before you can apply judgment. So in the same way with like positive things that you're excited about, like if a guy or girl like talks to you that you're interested or you think is cute or attractive, you can write down the instance and the interaction exactly as it happened. Do it that night. Do it in a time that it's fresh. And then you can write a little paragraph of how you felt like when you're reading into it, how you saw those moments and what happened exactly. And then you have to let it go and leave it there. It's all there for documentation for you. And this whole thing, like, I hope you don't feel like anxious or afraid or embarrassed or ashamed that like as INFPs we would have to do something like this in order to like somehow get ourselves under control. It's not about that at all. It's like about training our minds out of a thought process that literally damages us so much. Because like what happened is like I realized I was taking things really personally with somebody that wasn't getting back to my messages, and like I don't know this person super well, but I'm trying to get to know them, and like it made me feel super insecure and like, oh my gosh, like this person just thinks they're too cool for me. And like, because I've been hurt in the past where people would ignore me in high school and act like they were way better than me, and it like that like wrecked me. And at least like, and I kind of think I know that was like actually legit what was going on. Maybe it wasn't, but there were other people that felt like they were experiencing the same thing as I was, that I don't necessarily know that they were INFPs, but where like the form of bullying was ignoring people pretty much in my high school. And so like acting like they were non-existent and not good enough. And so it was just like a big fear for me with that person, because they were, you know, cool, have cool life, cool Instagram, whatever, and all those things, thinking like this person is just going to do that same thing to me and act like they're way better than me. And like all of that is a speculation, but that also is like I'm taking into account past experiences with other people that this person, like I don't know this person well enough that they're doing that. And so it's important not to focus on or worry about really like what all of those interactions mean. I think we love insight, we love speculation, we love to be in our heads, but like the truth is, and this sucks as being an INFP because we think we know so much, but this is like the hardest thing to say, but I'm telling you like from the bottom of my heart, and it's the most like life-giving kind thing I can tell you, is like you don't know everything. You do not know everything. And all those things that you might be taking personally or assume that your parents meant by something, or like those people in high school meant like blank by something, like those things for sure, like you don't know if that's true unless they've told you blatantly they did that with that intent. Like I kid you not, like I literally recently with both my parents like talked through all this crap with them, thinking that they believe certain things about me and were treating me in this way because they believe these negative, horrible things about me. And they're like, McCall, like, no, I love you so much. That's not what I meant. There were like instances I broke down with my mom and talked out. And I was like, when you did this, I thought you meant this about me. And you were trying to like, why were you reacting that way? That was so rude. And she was like, I didn't mean it like that at all. I meant it in this way. And it was like a complete misunderstanding of what I thought she meant. I was like reading into it in this way that like I thought she meant something totally different, like that she was trying to like basically tell me I was stupid, and like she wasn't. She was like trying to like relax me. It was like the weirdest thing, but I've held on to that like conversation in a little fight we had for so long because I thought that's what she meant by it. And she was like, I thought you were just being like rebellious towards me. And I was like, no, I literally thought you were insulting me. And like those are the things that happen on accident as being an INFP, and like that's okay, that's fine. Like show yourself grace, like don't be upset about it. It doesn't matter. You'll make up for it, and people are compassionate enough to like forgive those mistakes for sure. It's just like we want to be good to ourselves and we want to make ourselves better. So anyways, this whole thing helps you not take things personally, and it helps you just live more in touch with actually what's going on and find freedom finding that like the things that people are doing aren't actually personal, and to not get caught up in this fear or this desire of like a vision you have and expecting it to come into reality and creating expectations and constantly finding disappointments. Like finding freedom from those things and kind of just being in touch with life and finding out what life is every day, and trying to understand the world around you every day. So anyways, basically to recap, just write down what you desire to see happen in the future and what you're afraid of happening in the future. And then every time you have concerns, bring them up and write them down and write out exactly what happens, the date and time, paragraph of how you felt and what you're reading into that moment. Then you let go of it. And then what happens is you come back to your concerns, because every day we worry about, are things going towards this dream and vision I have? Are my fears coming into fruition? Those are things that we're constantly afraid of. So if you go back and you look at your records of the things that you were concerned about or excited about, of these different scenarios or instances that you had experienced, you can look back and see okay, this is what I experienced in real life. Does this match up with what my fears are or my desires are for the future? Now, this is what I've realized happens, is you realize your concerns and your your concerned moments and your excited moments don't even have anything to do with these two lists. And you're like, frick, what am I learning here? But what you're learning is that you're not putting yourself out there especially towards the fear ones, but you're not putting yourself out there because the fear ones usually get in the way of the desire ones. So you're not putting yourself out there to even come to understand if those desires are possible, or if those fears are even true, if those are actually real realities. And so this is where it causes us to enter into life in a way where we're detached and we're trying to find more information about what's going on, recording it, writing it down, experiencing our concern and our excitement, and we see a prospect of something, we have a speculation about something. None of it is definitive about those speculations or insights being true at all. But we have those experiences, and then we can go back and see if they're lining up to where our biggest fears are, our biggest desires are. Because those are where their big boom visions come from, is from our deepest desires and our deepest fears. So I hope that makes sense. And I don't have anything else to say, but I hope that helps you guys. And if you have any questions, or if you try this and you get stumped, comment below. I want to know, because I literally just realized this right now. I'm not really fully practiced it. It's all in theory in my head. So I'd love to know what you think. And also below, I'm going to put in a couple podcasts that I've been listening to by this life coach called Brooke, I think Castillo is her name, but she's a freaking genius, and I recommend listening to all of them. And all of them are about things that you need to try and practice to then understand, because at first she explains it and you're like, why will this help me? And then you try it and you're like, holy crap, she's a genius. So anyways, I'm just gonna put those down there because I think that would help a ton of us INFPs out there. Okay, I'm gonna eat some chocolate and edit this video, so I'll talk to you later. Bye.